Hi, I'm Jamie Crandall, and this is my Flipcon 14 final project, where I will be telling you all about my educational philosophy and how does flipped learning fit within this framework. My educational philosophy could be summed up with the phrase, teacher as a guide. And so what I see that as is students working towards mastery learning, working through flipped learning, working at their own pace, working through tasks, interacting with classmates, asking questions, making choices. I think one of the key things is making choices. They're really on a journey because that's what when you go on a journey, you choose what you want to spend more time on, what you need to see more of, and the teacher is just a guide. They are there to give more information and to teach about where you're headed. There's somebody who's been there before and can help students who are on that journey. So with a teacher as a guide, I kind of think of a tour guide, somebody who's been someplace a lot and can tell people all about it. You could also think of a user guide, a reference, something that someplace you can look up information or figure out where you're headed, so that you can find out all that you need to know and get to where you want to be. Here I am at the base of Chichen Itza in my trip to Mexico, which I wouldn't have made it there if it wasn't for my tour guide, because that night Elton John was playing a concert there, so the entire area would be closed down. So our tour guide made sure that we got to see the Mayan ruins before the concert began. No, we didn't have tickets to the concert. So this philosophy of teacher as a guide, I will admit, has gotten lost. I've had this philosophy since college, since beginning thinking about being a teacher, but really when I think about it, I kind of have lost that philosophy because I've gotten so focused on the content, which is a big aha for me, is that my teaching is much more focused on the content and less on the students. And so flipped learning, I know, can work because flipped learning takes the student into consideration first, whereas the traditional teaching model, of course, takes the content into consideration first, which is a little bit confusing because when I think about all these teachers who are giving their great examples in the books that I've read, they a lot of times have their content set up ahead of time. They have a whole unit set up. Sometimes they have entire packets. They have their entire unit set up ahead of time, and students can travel through that unit as they can and as they master the concepts. And so the content, even though it's set up ahead of time, isn't really the focus. It's the students. It's taking the students into consideration. So I know that this will be a change. What I will keep I will get to lecture of a sort, but I just won't be in front of a class. And I don't think of myself as somebody who lectures a lot, but I interact with students during a lesson. And so I know that I'm going to lose that interaction because a lot of that instruction will come through a video such as this. But really what I've come to accept is, so what? I'll lose that interaction, but I can interact with students so much more meaningfully when they have questions during class, when they're working through deeper exploration of ideas, when they have prior knowledge about the topic, and I could go on about that. But it brings me to my answer to the very important question, what is the best use of face-to-face time with students? And that is that deeper exploration of ideas. Students in my class will write, will create, and those are higher order thinking skills. And so that's when they need a teacher to help them. And so and that's what we will use classroom time, more classroom time for. All of this is leading to the end goal of helping students to really learn how to learn for themselves, teaching them that they did this on their own. Yes, I was a guide and I helped them, but they really learned, and empowering them will, I know, increase my satisfaction as a teacher, and I really look forward to that. So off I go. Thanks.